Anime is a style of animation originating from Japan and is well known for its dynamic characters, art style, and complex storylines. Many viewers find anime as a nostalgic part of their childhood, and most anime teach several lessons such as moral lessons, the power of friendship, good prevailing over evil, and the importance of forgiveness and giving second chances. However, there are several Japanese animations that are known for the depiction of violence. These violent anime are intended for a more mature audience. They involve adult themes, high-octane action, and over-the-top violent scenes that don't hold back any punches. And then there are other types of anime that are just pure disturbing and nightmare fuel. One such anime, which is the focus of today's video, is called Saki Sanobashi, also known as Go for a Punch. Before I start, I'd like to give a shout out to the YouTube narrator Sam V for collaborating with me in this video. Thank you Sam V for the collaboration, I appreciate it greatly. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to check out and subscribe to Sam V's YouTube channel for great horror narrations. I'd highly recommend doing so. Saki Sanobashi, also known as Go for a Punch, is about a group of girls that find themselves trapped in a restroom, and it's unknown how they ended up there. After several days, they start to lose their sanity as their desperation and hunger grows, eventually leading them to commit suicide in violent ways. What makes Go for a Punch so disturbing is the concept. It leaves many questions unanswered. How did the girls end up trapped in that restroom? Were they kidnapped? Were they exploring an abandoned building and got locked in? Is this some sort of twisted experiment to test the limits of the human body and mind? The anime also explores concepts such as the loss of sanity, loss of control over one's life, and suicide. But of all these things, the most interesting thing about the anime is the fact that it doesn't exist. Or at least that's what's believed to be true. Saki Sanobashi, also known as Go for a Punch, is considered an urban legend that originated in a 4chan forum. It began when an anonymous 4chan user said he saw the lost disturbing anime and described some scenes from it. This led many to try to find and even recreate this lost anime. Now, narrator Sam V will provide you background information on how it all got started.
Let's talk a bit about the search for Saki Sonobashi. After this post was made, many people asked the OP for more information. He said that the trauma he felt was very intense when watching the anime, namely one scream that he recalled that one of the girls had. Reportedly, it had a strange echo to it that made the OP feel dizzy. He compared it to that of the Shining soundtrack, the Azire, and he said the anime had a very abstract, strange feeling of ambience behind it, especially during the final scene. What was most unsettling about the suicide scene were the weird camera angles, and no horror music as I expected, just girls sobbing and gagging as they ripped their necks open with their fingers. As for the head smashing parts, I don't even want to go into details. A massive search effort was made to try to find this anime. The people searching for the anime gave it the nickname of Saki Sanobashi, since the actual title was unknown. It's also been referred to as Go for a Punch. This made it more difficult to find the anime, but it did help that more and more people were at least becoming aware of it. In 2019, YouTuber Wang made a video talking about Saki Sanobashi, which brought a lot more attention to it, and allowed more people to start searching for it. A whole community was formed around finding this anime, which is actually really nice to see. It's cool that people all came together to assist with the search. They even made a Discord for the search, which was titled The Bathroom, which was very fitting. But it would seem that everyone's attempts at finding this thing were fruitless. On December 22nd, 2019, a post was made on the official subreddit for Saki Sanobashi, claiming to be the original poster on 4chan, who started off this search back in 2015. Now, he started off by saying that he couldn't really provide much solid proof on whether or not he was truly the poster, so we advise you to take the following post with a grain of salt. The OP also provided some of the screenshots that he had from the original post. While that may be hard proof for some, others noted that it would have been very easy to fake those screenshots and the date on them. We'll leave it up to you to decide, but here's an excerpt from the post. I made the original post about Go for a Punch, or as it's now called, Saki Sanobashi, as a joke. It all started when I was browsing 4chan and found a thread that was asking about the scariest things that you found on the deep web, and in classic 4chan user fashion, I decided to troll a little, just for fun. I made up some cliche, spoopy, lost episode-esque story in like 5 minutes, and gave it an awkward-sounding English title, since a lot of anime, especially low-budget quality ones, have names like that. My original purpose was to troll the OP of the original thread. He seemed pretty gullible, seeing as how he was asking people about the scariest thing they've seen on the deep web, and I expected a serious answer from 4chan. I had completely forgotten about all of this until recently, when Wang, who I watch religiously, uploaded a video about it. I was really shocked when I realized that he was talking about me, since I didn't think anyone would actually believe my obvious bullshit. It was also pretty surreal that not only had my favorite YouTuber made a video about a stupid troll post that I made, but so many people had decided to dedicate time and effort into looking for it. All of this brings me to today, when I've decided to put an end to this stupid joke that has gone on for far, far too long. I obviously don't have any evidence that I'm actually the OP, and I don't think that there's any way to even prove it. I could already see everyone vehemently denying that I am the OP and continuing the search as if nothing happened, but just to clear my conscience, Saki is fake. I made the whole thing up as a stupid troll. I didn't think that anyone would actually believe me, and I couldn't even imagine that it was possible for it to blow up to this level. I know that I'm repeating myself, but I'm honestly really flattered that so many people have gathered to search for something that I made up in a few minutes. I remember seeing a post just a few days ago where someone made a Discord to recreate Saki, but I don't think anything will come of it, as I'm sure that people will lose interest in the project, but I would be honored if someone actually made this into a real thing. I have nothing left to say, other than offering all of you a sincere apology for having tricked you all for so long. From this point, the search seemed to die down. Many were split on the authenticity of this post, and really it's up for you to decide if you believe Saki is real or not, and if the poster on Reddit was legitimate. Many seem to believe that Saki doesn't exist at this point, and there haven't really been any significant updates to the search since then, and there likely never will be, unfortunately. Going back to the Discord, as the previous post mentioned, the focus of those involved switched from searching the Saki Sanobashi to trying to remake it. On that subject, has anyone actually attempted to remake it? These creepypasta remakes, like that of Vibing Leaves, have blown up in recent memory, so has Saki received the same treatment?
Although Saki Sanobashi is considered an urban legend, it's gained a significant following and inspired the creation of graphic novels, games, animated videos, and artwork. Two good examples would be the 2023 visual novel video game called Go for a Punch, Saki Sanobashi, developed and published by Veratrum, which is available on Steam. It tells the story of 4 girls who trap themselves in the restroom of an abandoned school. And the VHS style animation called Saki Sanobashi, Go for a Punch, made by Red Cube Studios. Their animation does tribute to the anime Saki Sanobashi by bringing it to life through expert use of sound design, character design, camera angles, and atmosphere, all which effectively serve to evoke feelings of dread and horror in the viewer. I personally love the minimalist color selection, which emphasizes on the colors red and white. This causes the blood and gore to stand out more, in contrast to the white bathroom walls and tiles. Also, the restroom gradually filling with blood helps convey the protagonist is slowly losing their sanity as they sit in silence, staring at the white wall.
I personally fall into the camp that this anime never actually existed in the first place. In my opinion, the idea of someone finding an anime on the deep web seems oddly specific. Out of all the spooky videos and stories about the horrors of the deep web, an anime being on there is the last thing I would have expected to see on the deep web. I mean, why would that of all things be on the deep web? And while the poster admitted that he couldn't really provide any proof that he was the OP who started all this, he didn't really have anything to gain from lying about that. Like, it's such a specific thing for him to lie about on a throwaway account. I guess just for momentary attention, but that's really about it. Although some of the details he provided were a little questionable in my opinion. The fact that the OP just happened to be a huge fan of Wang of all people. The person that brought this back into the limelight. Not to mention, the search seemed to be dying down a bit before this post was made, so to me, this was the final nail in the coffin, in a long search that we weren't really getting all that far with to begin with. I'm sure some of you will disagree, and I know a lot of people still want to hold out hope that Saki is real, but for me at least, this case is pretty much closed.
ここどうやって知らないよね。知らない。